What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is approximately 11:25 Tuesday night, and I am doing a 24-hour movie marathon. Now, we were originally going to start at midnight, but both Nate and I had trouble sleeping. I had trouble. Basically, I'm in this brand new apartment, which it's a lot bigger, and don't mind the boxes and crap we're still unpacking. But I've been trying to sleep for at least a few hours, and my neighbors, you can pretty much hear everything. So like they're running around when they open a door, and it kind of freaks you out because you think that it's your apartment, but it's just the neighbors upstairs. So I have been awake. I think I got maybe like 30 minutes of sleep tops, if that. So this is going to be very interesting. We're actually going to be starting in about 15 minutes at like 11:40. I'm going to eat probably like a donut or something, something that is like sugary, that'll keep me, I guess, awake for a little bit. I'm trying to be very quiet. My wife is sleeping in the other room, so I'm trying to be mindful of that. We are gonna get this started in like 15 minutes or so. My hair is gonna be really messy. I'm hoping that it all goes well, that I don't hate myself after this. I'll keep you guys updated, I guess, when everything is official and we start. All right, guys, so just ate a Boston cream donut, which is the best donut. It's the only donut that you can eat during a 24-hour movie marathon. It is like 11:33 or 34, so we're starting up here in a few minutes. The first movie that I will be watching is a movie from my birth year, and I was born in 1995, and the movie that I chose was Get Shorty. It's a movie that stars John Travolta, Danny DeVito, and it was directed, I believe, by Barry Sonnenfeld, the guy who directed Men in Black. So I'm just kind of anxiously awaiting this start of the marathon. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. I think the first couple of movies are gonna be fine. I think once we get towards like 7, 8 a.m., I think that's when it's gonna hit me, especially when I'm watching Barry Lyndon. But anyway, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but I'm doing this with my friend Nate Hale. So go check out his video. It's gonna be in the comments section below, and then I'll also post it at the end as well. So yeah. Shout out to Nate for inviting me along to do this. I'll probably talk to you guys after the movie. Okay, guys, so I just finished Get Shorty. Number one, I want to say shout out to Uncle Rico. John Grise was in the film, and so that was kind of fun. It was a very small role, but it was really cool to see Uncle Rico and something else in a very different role compared to what he did in Napoleon Dynamite. Overall, my thoughts are it's a solid movie. I think it definitely goes a different route than you think. I would say it leans more heavily on kind of the gangster route, more of like a crime gangster comedy film. It's not as funny as I was hoping it was going to be. I still think it's a solid movie. I think it's serviceable. It's fine. Danny DeVito's really not a main character per se in the film, which was kind of surprising, but essentially I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. I think that it's a fine movie. It's a good movie. It wasn't nearly as good as what I was hoping or what I had heard, but it is a solid film. Yeah, I think that there are some things to really like about Get Shorty. So I'm going to take my like 15-minute break. I think I only have like 13, 14 minutes now. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to start the next film. So I will keep you updated. Okay, so I literally just drank some apple juice to kind of stay hydrated, stay awake. By the way, do you guys like my Darth Vader Snuggie? Right now, all of my blankets are in my bedroom, and if I go in there, I'm gonna wake up my wife. So I am wearing a Darth Vader Snuggie. Whatever, don't at me, don't get frustrated. I promise that I want to stay warm because this is a new apartment. This is, new to my wife and I. We just moved in this past week, and one thing that I can say is like it has been pretty cold, and we do have a heater, but again, I'm trying to basically, let my wife sleep, trying to be a good husband, and basically just trying to stay quiet. And when I'm watching these films, it's kind of on a low volume just for her, even though it is kind of a distance. I will be updating you guys on how I'm feeling, what's going on, if I'm tired or whatever. right now I feel good. I feel okay. I feel awake, but hopefully I can kind of stay this way for at least the next couple of films. Okay, so the next film that I'll be watching there's technically two in this category that Nate and I have chosen, and that is films that are 170 plus minutes long, so they're over 170 minutes. And the film that I chose is the classic film, also from my birth year, by the way, and that is Braveheart. I have never seen Braveheart. I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but all these movies are movies that Nate and I have never seen. So these are all first-time watches. That's kind of part of the whole reasoning for doing this the way that we are. Get Shorty, that was the first time I was ever able to see Get Shorty, and the rest of these movies, every single movie that I chose, are movies that I have not seen. So Braveheart is one of those movies that I've always wanted to watch that I have never seen. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be good, and hopefully I can just keep my body energized, and hopefully I can continue to stay awake. Okay, so I am about an hour, oh, that's terrible. I'm about an hour and a half into the film. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna just come out here and get a drink of water though, just because I can feel my eyes starting to just get really exhausted. It's a lot more difficult than you would think. Let me just prop this up right there. You guys like my snuggie? It's pretty nice. I think it's really important to take breaks during all of this because you can just feel your eyes get really heavy. I've been paying attention to the movie. I haven't drifted off or fell asleep, but I definitely had to take a break just because I could feel myself starting to just feel very heavy. So I got to make sure that I feel good. I'm hydrated. It's also good to kind of get up and stretch your legs. Again, it's cold. That's why I'm wearing this. Yeah, so far I really enjoy the movie. It's slow at first, but once they kind of get into about the 40-minute mark, that's when this movie really kind of just takes off. So I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to go back to the movie. Figured, I'll show you guys every time I take a break, so that way I'm being honest, and so that way you guys can see and understand kind of what happens with your mentality and physically, and just trying to make sure that you get up and you kind of stay active as much as you can. So yeah, I haven't eaten anything. I'm gonna eat something after this movie going into my next film, so I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I just finished Braveheart. My quick thoughts on it. Really, really great movie. I think the beginning of the movie is a little slow. I feel like there could have been some scenes possibly cut out of the film. It did not need to be around 3 hours. I think it would have been fine at like 2.5. It ends in a way that you don't expect, but at the same time, it feels like it concludes in a way that is satisfying, and it makes a lot of sense. Mel Gibson's great. I think Mel Gibson, not only starring in this vehicle, but also directing the film. I think he did a great job and being able to just kind of bring this story to life, because we've seen this story kind of played out before. These rebels who want their freedom, and so they're going against kind of the system in a way to get that freedom. But this movie felt a little different. It felt truly patriotic in the way that they were using these characters and using Scottish heritage and all of that. So really great film. I would give it probably like a 9.2, 9.3 out of 10. And the only reason why I would kind of put it at 9.3 or 9.2 is because, again, I think the movie is a little overtly long, and I think that it's a little slow at the beginning of the film. But anyway, it was a good movie. So now I'm gonna have another break. I'm feeling okay. I was a little tired during this one, I'm not gonna lie. It's only the second movie and I'm already feeling it, but I think I'm a little bit more awake. I think the water helped. I'm gonna eat something, kind of get my energy going, get some sugar in me, and yeah, I'm gonna take a break before the next one. It is now like 4:40 in the morning, So we've already been going at this for like 5 hours. 2 movies down, 8 more to go. I just ate a donut. I'm probably gonna go at least a couple more movies without eating, and then I'll probably eat breakfast and all that stuff. But yeah, so the next movie is going to be a Best Picture winner, and the movie that I chose to watch for this marathon is the 1975 Best Picture winner, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Again, I have not seen any of these films, so I'm really looking forward to this movie. I've heard it's one of the greatest films of all time, and like a lot of people's lists, so it's gonna be interesting. Very much looking forward to it. One thing that's very interesting about doing this marathon now is, and I was telling my wife this, is that, you know, the fact that we are quarantined, it's almost the perfect time, if any time, to do a 24-hour movie marathon. So Nate and I were obviously isolated, we're quarantined, and so we're doing this together, but kind of in different parts, I guess, of the world right now. So I hope you guys are staying safe, and if you are doing a marathon, let me know how it's going. What are you doing? Are you doing like a 24-hour movie marathon like this? Are you doing like an MCU marathon, Star Wars marathon? Let me know down below. I'm very interested to see what you guys like to do marathons of. I will talk to you guys after the movie. All right, so it is 7 o'clock now. I just finished One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Gotta say, it was amazing. It's definitely deserved of all the praise that it gets as being one of the best films of all time. Jack Nicholson gives an incredible performance, which led him to winning an Academy Award. Louise Fletcher, who played Mildred Ratched in the film, also was incredible. Definitely deserved her Oscar. And then Brad Dourif was fantastic. I mean, all around, I mean, this cast had some really standout stars, and some stars who were kind of at the early rise to their careers, like Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito. It was really nice seeing those two in the film. It's a movie that it definitely deserves a second watch. I feel like there was things that I missed watching it so early in the morning and being extremely tired. It's really hitting me now, I think, more than it has the past couple of films, but I definitely will be watching this film again. I'm feeling tired. It's hitting me right now. I feel drained, but I was able to get through it, and I just gotta kind of walk around, maybe put something in my stomach, drink fluid. I'll be watching my next film in like 15 minutes, so there's that. Okay, guys. What is up with that angle? This is Future Nick here, editing the video. I obviously look healthy, I look good. That's because I've been getting sleep. I just looked at the footage, and I'm just gonna say it now, guys. I apologize for this shot. I have no idea what happened. I don't know if the orientation was off on my camera, so it looks pretty awful for this next shot. This is the only scene, I guess, in the video that looks like this. Maybe it was exhaustion, maybe it was a dire need to do something different, but I do want to apologize for the terrible look of this shot. I can't delete it because it does have important information that I divulge within this movie marathon video. So I apologize. Back to past Nick. Guys, so I've moved now into the living room. Again, just moved. We haven't unpacked everything yet, so, you know, don't mind the boxes. But the next film that I'll be watching is my second 170 plus minute film, and that is going to be Barry Lyndon, Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. Now this could be the marathon killer here. This is the film that I've probably been dreading the most. We'll see how it goes. I feel okay. I think I've walked around a little bit, kind of gotten a second wind, so hopefully I can stay awake throughout this entire film. I will be watching the Criterion version of this movie, so I'm looking forward to that, but it might be a tough one, so wish me luck. All right, just finished Barry Lyndon. That was really tough. Let's see. Fell asleep pretty much through most of the movie. It was really slow, a terrible movie for the marathon. I can't really give it a rating, to be honest. I didn't really watch enough of the movie. From what I saw, it was just really like drawn out, really slow, kind of boring. I don't really know what to say. I'd have to watch it outside of the marathon. It is disappointing, but you know, this was definitely the killer of the marathon for sure. But I'm gonna take a shower, kind of try to re-energize myself, try to be more awake for the next movie because I'm just chugging along and it is what it is. I'm happy it's over. Okay guys, so I just showered. I do feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit more energized. So we're gonna keep this thing going. The next movie is a movie recommended by Nate. So Nate recommended a movie for me. I recommended a movie for him. You can go to his video and go check out the movie that I recommended for him for this movie marathon, which it's a good one. He recommended Ocean's 11. I've never seen it. I figured this is going to be a really good kind of wake me up movie for this marathon. And I'm dressed, I'm in new clothes. I think that should possibly help. Hopefully I can make it through this movie. So I just finished Ocean's 11. Great recommendation, Nate. I really enjoyed the movie. It helped me stay awake. I was focused the entire time. It definitely had a very satisfying conclusion. They pulled some twists and turns that you didn't really expect, but I like films like that. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes. I think I have left of my break, and then I will be watching my next film, which I guess when I get to that point, I'll let you guys in on what that film is going to be. I feel better. I think Barry Lyndon was definitely a tough watch, but I think kind of getting past all of that, I feel more confident about the rest of the film. So I'm halfway there. I still have 5 more to go, which seems like a lot, but I got this. I'll get through it. All right, guys, it's 1 o'clock. I'm moving on to the next movie in this 24-hour movie marathon. It feels like it's never gonna end, but this category was foreign films. So I've been watching a bunch of foreign films as I've been doing a foreign film review series on my YouTube channel. This movie I actually chose first. Nate followed suit. So Nate, I'm gonna throw you under the bus. I'm just kidding, buddy. Nate's actually watching this film right now, but the film that we both chose is the Taiwanese film Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, directed by Ang Lee. I've had this on my watch list for a while, and I love Asian culture. I'm kind of really into that right now. If you can't tell on my channel, I review a bunch of like South Korean films, especially by Bong Joon-ho. And Ang Lee is a really good director, so looking forward to this one. It's on Netflix, so any of you guys who want to watch this movie, well, you can watch it on Netflix right now. I hope all of you are having a good day. You guys won't be able to see this video until next Tuesday. Let's watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, film number 6. All right, so I just finished Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I want to give my quick thoughts. Number 1, I will say the action in this film is awesome. I love the stunts. I love the wiring in this movie. The fact that pretty much everyone can fly is interesting. I liked Ang Lee's direction. You can really tell that Ang Lee is the type of director who's artistic, who likes to essentially almost give the characters a lot more meaning and depth. In this movie, yes, it's a mixed martial arts film, but the way I look at this movie really deals with, you know, relationships, the emotions that people have, and it looks more in the interior of all of these action mixed martial artists in the film, as opposed to just looking at their physical and exterior presence that they have. So really solid film. I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. I think that that's a pretty good range. I think the only issue that I had with the movie is at times it does feel a little cheesy. I don't know, I'm not like the biggest mixed martial art movie fan, but I did really enjoy the movie. I also forgot to give ratings for the other ones, and I think I never gave a rating for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is a 10 out of 10. That movie is absolutely incredible. After that, I had Barry Lyndon, which I fell asleep through, so I'm gonna give that probably like a 5 out of 10 just because I really had a hard time just staying awake because of how slow and boring and monotonous that movie was. What was after Barry Lyndon? Oh yeah, Ocean's 11. I'd give that a solid like 7.8 out of 10. You know what? I give it like an 8.2 out of 10. Something like that. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm kind of getting behind Nate right now. Nate is pretty far ahead of me, so I need to kind of start catching up. So I'm not gonna take that big of a break, but I do want to do some things, probably invite my wife for this next one because I know this is a movie that she also wants to watch. Oh, and also, a quick update on food and stuff. So I ate a grilled cheese sandwich, had some grapes. Had some chocolate, so I'm getting more energy. I'm not feeling as tired. I need to catch up with Nate because Nate's already on the 7th film and he's like halfway through it, so I can't take a lot of breaks. Okay, so the next category is one that I feel like you couldn't do a movie marathon without including this category, and that is animated features. So I selected a movie that I had not seen from 2019 that's been on my watch list ever since it kind of premiered on Netflix, and that is Klaus. So I will be watching Klaus. It's a Christmas movie. I'm looking forward to it. I think my wife's gonna join me at some point in time, who knows, but I am gonna start the movie. 98 minutes, hopefully this one will go by quick. All right, guys, so number one, shout out to my wife making me some hot chocolate. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty good. That'll definitely help me stay awake. So the next movie is a black and white film, and Nate and I both chose the exact same film because it's a film that I guess has been on both of our watch lists, and that is Raging Bull, Martin Scorsese, 1980 film. I think this is probably gonna be the earliest Scorsese that I'm gonna watch. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I've watched anything earlier than 1980 by Scorsese, but essentially this is a black and white film. I do like black and white movies. Nate was telling me that it was a little hard to get through this one. He's already watched it. And the reason why it was hard was because of the fact that he said that black and white films do make it pretty tough. I mean, I had a very tough one with Lyndon today, so, hopefully this one's a little bit more entertaining. And it should be. With a cast like De Niro and Pesci and Scorsese directing, I'm optimistic, but we'll see how it goes. So I will probably talk to you guys again after I watch the movie. All right, guys, it's 7:30. I just finished Raging Bull. Thoughts? It was okay. I honestly, one of my least favorite Scorsese films. Robert De Niro's character is so unlikable that you can't really root for him or really anybody in the film. I liked the cinematography. I liked, certain elements that Scorsese kind of added, that Scorsese flavor to it. But unfortunately for me, it's definitely not one of my favorite Scorsese films that I've seen. I don't really know if I'd watch it again. I just think that there's just a lot of terrible characters and there's no redeeming qualities about any of them. All right, guys, I decided I'm not really gonna take a break for this next film. I'm trying to bust these last two movies out because that's all I have. Two more movies. Feeling a bit tired, kind of ready to end. But I decided to do two movies that I think will keep my attention. The second to last film that I will be watching is a comedy, and that comedy is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Another movie that I feel like I should have seen, but I just haven't. Netflix has been pretty kind. I've been able to watch a lot of movies through Netflix today, and so I can't really complain a lot. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, everyone's kind of hyped this one up for me, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, the hype is real and I get behind it. Okay, so I started Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and if you look right there on the bottom, like, right there, I hope that that's not a reoccurring thing. That will be really annoying. I like the music so far. It's kind of intense. Makes you really feel like you're, I don't know, like getting ready for like a horror film or like a thriller, but this is a comedy. I don't know what to expect now. Okay, that's really funny. So yeah, my complaining about the subtitles was actually just part of the entire first joke. So I like that a lot. It's already got me entertained. And we haven't even seen a single picture on screen. It's just been nothing but words. Like smart humor already. I'm expecting big things from this movie. So hopefully this movie keeps me awake. Because look at my eyes right now, guys. I'm miserable. Directors from hired to continue the credits after the other people have been sacked. Knowing that they had just been sacked, the credits... Oh, let me go back. What did that say? It said... I went back too far. Hate when I do that. Credits have been completed in an entirely different style at great expense and at the last minute. That's so funny. They're already doing the funny jokes right now. So that works really well. But anyway, guys, I'm going to watch the movie. I just figured I'd commentate on that funny joke, and we have like a seizure right now happening, whatever that is. It's kind of crazy. Okay, guys, I'm about almost a half hour in to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So far, it's keeping me entertained. My amazing wife made me dinner, so I got a barbecue chicken sandwich here, And I got some more hot chocolate. We like hot chocolate in this house. Only have about 3 more hours ahead of me, so I can do this. Okay guys, I am back in my office. I just finished Monty Python and the Holy Grail. My quick thoughts, I really enjoyed it. I thought the humor worked extremely well for me. I don't think it's as funny as, other people have told me. It is a classic type of film though, where you can definitely feel the nostalgia that people have for it. I would probably give it a 9.3 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think there's a lot of good humor that works. I do think that there are some things that they do that isn't nearly as funny, where if they over extenuate, a certain joke and make it last longer than what it needs to, it can kind of get a little annoying. But I did really enjoy it. I never also gave a rating to Raging Bull. So out of 10, I would give Raging Bull like a 6 out of 10. I just really wasn't that big of a fan of it. So my last movie, guys, this is it. This is the final film for this 24-hour movie marathon. It's like 9:50 right now, which it's crazy that Nate and I have been able to do this, and we have gone 24 hours. Yes, I fell asleep during, parts of Barry Lyndon. Yes, I've had a tough time kind of staying focused, but I have been able to really kind of collect my thoughts for the general consensus of all the films that I've seen. The only one is probably Barry Lyndon, but the last movie that I'm gonna watch is the category of movies on my watch list that have been there for a while. And there was one film, there wasn't even any other question of any other film it could be, and that movie is 2014's Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm very excited about this film. I've wanted to watch this movie for a few years now, and I'm so happy that I'm going to get the opportunity to watch it during this marathon. I felt like this was a perfect movie to wrap up this 24-hour movie marathon during lockdown and quarantine, and that's because this movie, from what I've heard, is very tense, and that intensity will help me stay awake and help me stay alert. I am in my office, so I am closing it out where I started. I got the small TV right there. It's not amazing, but it gets the job done. So guys, for the last time, I'm gonna start this final film. I will update you guys on anything that goes on. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling up to it. I'm just ready and motivated to get this thing done, see it through until the end, just be able to go to bed. It's going to be great. And there it is, guys. I am done. I officially wrapped up my 24-hour movie marathon. I finished Nightcrawler, and my thoughts are, I loved it. What an incredible film. This is probably the most haunting, most chilling performance I've seen from Jake Gyllenhaal. He's completely unhinged. It was probably one of the best performances I've seen from him. But I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's one of the best actors working today. I would give the movie a 10 out of 10. I loved it that much. I thought it was so engaging. It was enthralling. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I've been tired throughout this entire thing, but this movie, my eyes never left the screen. I never felt tired or anything like that. So just an incredible film, and what a way to end this 24-hour movie marathon. So with that, guys, that is it. That is it for the video. I will be doing a ranking video, ranking every movie that I watched during this 24-hour movie marathon. I'll keep you guys updated when that will be up. That'll be up after I post this video, which will be next Tuesday. I do have other content on the channel that I am posting up as well, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below, so that way you're always notified when I post new content on the channel. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and if you guys want me to do a marathon again at some point in time, probably not for at least a while, let me know, because this was something that I had a lot of fun doing. I want to thank Nate. Also, make sure you guys go check out Nate's video, which will be linked right down below. Yeah, give him some love, because essentially this is kind of like a collaboration between the both of us. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and being a part of this 24-hour journey. You've gotten to see me at my lowest of lows and my most tired and most unstable condition. So If you guys lasted this long, I truly, truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay safe.